Hello, yes, and welcome once again to the great and glorious Nick Dutch Anti-Cult. I am Nick Dutch, a tarot reader and religious leader in a moment of insomnia in the dead of the night, and I'm here to share with you on this most beautiful evening of whatever today's date is. That's right, 21st of November 2008, the Ten Commandments. The Ten Commandments of the Dutchian faith or creed. Here we go. Number 1. You shall not take yourself too seriously. Number 2. You may believe whatever you wish, so long as you do not enforce your beliefs on others and it does not become pathogenic. Members of all religions, including agnostics, atheists and theists of all types, are welcome to call themselves Dutchians unless they break these rules. 3. You shall have fun in whatever means you see fit, but not to excess and not to the point of getting in anyone else's way, interfering with anyone else's life, and not to the point of undermining your responsibilities to your survival. 4. If there is something that you are doing that is getting in other people's way, becoming excessive, interfering with anyone else's life, or to the point of undermining your responsibilities, you are either to stop it, or to get help stopping it, and to have as your goal to stop doing it, and to make sure you reach that goal in a timely manner. 5. Being human, you probably don't think very clearly, so strive to improve your thought processes through study and of argumentation, logical fallacies and reasoning. 6. You shall try and have a balanced life and get a good diet, a good night's sleep, and a good intellectual take of ideas, except when you are under time, energy or money constraints, or you just don't want to. 7. Don't make a habit of just not wanting to, as mentioned above. 8. All sexual activity is permitted, so long as Rule 2, 3 and 9 remain unbroken and the sexual act is consensual and out of public gaze. 9. You shall not break the written or unwritten laws of society, try and fit in. 10. All religious, spiritual and occult techniques are permitted, so long as we don't break Rule 2, and if supernatural beings and forces don't exist, then the exercise will probably do us good anyway and help us to fulfill the rules 3, 4 and 6. Belief in a higher power will probably help you keep sane anyway. And thus ends the 10 Commandments of the anti-cult of Nick Dutch, also known as the Dutchian faith. So welcome one and all. You are permitted to think about, study, learn these commandments, for they're obviously pretty rational anyway. They can't be added to, they can't be taken away from. That's it, boom. You know, that's as complex as it gets. Alright, so if you've now heard this and you've discovered that maybe deep down inside you are a Dutchian, I encourage you to feed the Dutchian inside. You know, look at more of my videos, find out more about some of the more supernatural and weird aspects of the Dutchian way of life, of which I am a proponent. I'm not perfect. These are, of course, you know, an example of what it is to be perfect. And once in a while, I do stray outside of the boundaries of these 10 Commandments. However, through thinking about them, studying them, and returning to them, you know, I can actually start to do myself some good, and hopefully do other people some good in the process of being a great example. So, welcome to the Dutchian faith. If you've got any questions or comments, feel free to, you know, send them through via email, on YouTube, or leave comments here, there, or anywhere. And that's it. That's all you need to know. we'll look forward to discussing the Dutchian faith, the Dutchian creed in greater detail. I've already given to you on one of my playlists the code for a magician's way of life. Of course, this is the more sort of exoteric way of life that you need to learn. I suppose out of all of these particular commandments, I suppose number 2, the rule number 2, is probably the most important one, because there are so many people out there who want to wear a chicken on their head and convince the world that they happen to be Cthulhu. Well, if that's what they want to do, fine. You know, I don't have to criticise their particular faith, although it might be fun to once in a while. But you know, if I was to poke too much fun at them, it might be getting in the way of their life. You know, so therefore that would be against rule number 3. So I've got to be careful about that. But obviously, it's really important to understand rule 2, because there's people out there who go on about, yes, there really are fairies at the bottom of the garden. They taught me how to get to Liverpool Street Station. Really? I tend to use a train map myself. The aliens didn't just abduct me, they shoved something big and metallic up my backside and I really enjoyed it. Right, well maybe you should get out more. You know, I mean, there's lots of strange ideas out there in the world, and maybe these particular 10 commandments would actually help you to live a sane, well-reasoned and rational life. Good fortune, God bless, speak to you soon. This is Nick Dutch, tarot reader and religious leader, signing off for the moment.